We'll read to you what happens in these papers across all angles of life. And after that, in the second hour, we bring to you what we call the topic of discussion. This is where we share with you issues that have made headlines, not only in an hour's time, but in that particular period, from across newspapers, across what we call visual media, social media, and so many other related areas. At the same time, we also go into dissect the deeper truth of what is happening in our world today. We take you into politics, we take you into employment, we take you into education, we take you into sports, we take you into any other related thing, maybe wars in different countries, elections, and so many other things. So today, I would like to say in a special way, we are so much obliged to have a great gentleman who happens to be our guest today. And to give you a brief highlight about him, he is called the name that he will mention, but about his life, he's a motivational speaker, he's a businessman, he's a silent politician, he's a great brain coming all the way from the northern part of the country. Who says northern Uganda would never have great brains? Today you're going to have the man himself. You're most welcome.
Thank you, Isaac.
How are you today?
I'm great.
Oh, meet your viewers, greet them, share with them who you are.
All right, good morning, viewers. My name is Philmon Okwong. I think this man has overexcited you about me, telling the great mind. It's true. Let me tell you, these days, if you don't blow your own trumpet, no one will blow it for you. So I think I have a great mind. Thank you, and I believe you have the best of the show today. Let's enjoy.
Thank you so much. That is the man himself, that is Okwong Philmon, speaking to you today on Record TV. And I know that for most of you who have moved to different areas, you've had him inspire different people at different angles of life. He's someone who has moved place to place. He's someone who has moved country to country. He's someone who has moved district to district. He's someone who has moved hall to hall, because actually he began his pathway back, and I'm sure in the course of the show he'll be sharing with you details about his life. Now today, our particular discussion is about the challenges that the youth are facing. Today, in today's country, in today's world, in our country, in particular Uganda, and not only Uganda, in other related countries like Kenya, Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, Congo, Malawi, Mozambique, South Africa, Botswana, I would say the whole of the sub-Saharan Africa. You can concur with me that the biggest challenge and the talk of the African continent is about unemployment. But here we get a biggest question. Is Africa's problem on unemployment the challenge of the government policies, or it is as a result of the attitude of the youth? Why am I asking this question? I'm particularly asking this question simply because Africa is a rich continent. We have the minerals, we have the fertile soils, we have a beautiful climate, we have all the best things one would ever talk about. And other countries actually wish Africa was like their continent, because some continents people are struggling. When it means to be winter, it's really winter. When it's summer, it's real summer. Even other people, you find them that, like you go to Beijing, people are moving with masks because life there is weird. Every factory, it's too hot, we're sleeping when the ACs are on. We have all what we need as Africa. What is the African challenge?
Well, thank you, Isaac. What is the African challenge?
Yes.
I heard you mention a statement like, we're looking at the challenges of the youth. But I always mention something very funny, that before we talk about the challenges of the youth, why don't you think that you never know the youth are the challenge? There is having a challenge, and there is you being the what? The challenge. So are we talking about the youth being the challenge, or we are talking about the challenges of the youth? Because everyone in life will face a challenge. Okay. But why I'm calling that, why I'm making that, why are you saying that you are the challenge? So, of course, we are known of aspect of youth unemployment. Said there's youth unemployment. Actually, we even have elderly unemployment. Don't you see people taking long in offices? They don't want to leave. Why don't they want to leave? Because fear for the unknown. How will I live a life after that? Get a point? Yeah. So, but one of the things I think with the youth is that it's not the unemployment aspect. We have one aspect of knowing yourself. What do you want? Not every youth is unemployed. Have you ever known that? Not every youth is unemployed.
But of course, you have groups coming up like in Uganda, the Jobless Brotherhood that are jobless.
Actually, you may find among the Jobless Brotherhood, not all of them are jobless. They're just trying to advocate for what has got to happen. Are you getting the point?
Yeah.
So my point is, it's true. It's not only in Uganda, it's not only in Africa. All over the world, we have issues of what? Unemployment. Now, how do we look at that? And let me bring in the aspect of one thing. Before we talk about youth unemployment, let's talk about the aspect of what does this youth think? What have I got to do? Not everyone is employed. So if not everyone is employed, what have I got to do?
Okay.
To do something.
Are you trying to say that it has to begin with the youth
It has to be-
himself?
Actually, let me bring in this statement. Companies, organizations, and institutions don't employ you. They don't employ individuals. Organizations employ your knowledge, your skill, your capacity. So before you start thinking about what will I, no, can I be employed? I'm looking for a job. Don't think looking for a job. Think, what can I deliver?
Oh, wow, beautiful.
What can I deliver? You know, we keep telling people, not everyone is employable. So we may be talking about the aspect of youth unemployment, but not everyone is what? Employable. So build on your capacity.
As an individual.
As an individual. We don't have best schools. You've heard me say that. We don't have best schools. We have best students. We don't have first-class nations. We have first-class citizens.
Wow.
We don't have unemployed. We don't have the youth unemployment. We have a few youth who are unemployed. And now, unemployment doesn't mean that this company has got to employ me. This individual has got to employ me. Think about yourself. Can I employ my knowledge? That's the statement I was talking about. They won't employ you. Oh, that Isaac dressed so smart. Isaac has got a nice suit. No, the organizations are not looking at how nice your suit, nice your tie is.
How you walk in.
No, how you walk in. You know, you may have some people that this staff walks in this way. No, that is not how we value your capacity in an organization. What value are you going to add to the organization?
Okay.
So, the organization is employing that value. Okay. The organization is employing that skill. Okay. The organization is employing that capacity. So we don't, literally, I don't call it unemployment. I call, build up yourself. Become irresistible. You know, most times when I go to do my trainings and the things that I do, I keep telling people, you need me. You know, that's how confident I am. Why do I say you need me? Because I know what I've got.
Wow.
So if everyone has got that confidence, and say, you know what, this organization needs me. You walk in an organization, even without your CV, you say, this organization needs me. There's a scenario. That's the first time I remember when I just completed university, and I went looking for a so-called job. Yeah. Things were tight. I said, oh, let me go. So I moved to this organization here, and I found the executive director. And he had advertised for a business development manager. And I was this young guy by then, you know.
But you had brains.
I had my brains. I was confident. So he later told me, no, Philmon, I can't employ you. I'm looking for someone who is old, someone who can handle this. I said it as well. I looked straight in his eyes. Told him, sir, I am the only solution and reason for your company to go forward. If you don't get me, and let me assure you, you won't have any solution. And I left him. So he took on the other guys. Later, the so-called people he took up on couldn't make it up.
They let him
But
go.
he told me I wanted to work as my what? My personal assistant. Later, I became that.
Wow.
It's not that I knew what to do then, but I was confident of myself.
You're like, if I get there, I know I will do it.
Let me tell you, don't wait for until you get into it. Show them that you can. The world is looking for people who can, not people who will.
Wow.
You may have the will, but have you got the guts? That's what I talk about.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is much beautiful. I would like to say that to all the viewers who are watching right now on Record TV, you've heard from the man himself. He has given you a few basics about reality of life. Yeah. Actually, today, as you are learning, I'm sure that someone doesn't even feel like changing, even touching his remote. But the very way you're learning is the way I have also learned. The world is looking out for first-class citizens, not first-class nations. I don't know, are you prepared to be that first-class citizen? Are you organizing yourself to be that brand? Can you make yourself a brand for the market to want you? Or you're this person who says, let me go, but I am not sure whether I can be in position, but let me try. Or you're this person who goes and says, but these guys are tribalistic. I don't know whether they will give me the job. Be first that brand. Be what they want. When you get there, there's no way they'll look at out of the 20 guys, these are our tribe mates, but the other guy is good. I think we need the tribe, but this guy is good. They will have no option, but all what they will and what they will wish for is to have you in as part of them. Sure. That's a very good inspiration, and I would like to say that everyone out there who's watching right now, you have something to pick from. You have something to learn from. You have something to still earn to yourself. Impart yourself with that and move forward. Now, I would like to ask you, when you look at the East African move to be integrated into one confederation, what chances do you think Uganda stands, the Ugandan youth, stand in the East African market? Having it in mind that very many people from the East African region underrate us. They say, you need one Kenyan to do work of 5 Ugandans. Ugandans are lazy. I don't know, what is your perception when you look at it? What chances do we have as Uganda in the East African range of competition that we're going to head for?
I think I would like to say that does not apply to me.
Wow, beautiful.
If you say you need 2 Kenyans to make 1 Ugandan, or 2 Ugandans to make 1 Kenyan, that is not with me. I think you need 10 Kenyans to make 1 Philmon. You know, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that.
I love the confidence you have, and I love the belief you have that it's possible, it's possible, it's possible. And you're like, it's all about what you...
Isaac,
yes.
I have done business in Uganda. I've done business in Kenya. I've done business in Tanzania. Of recent, I was in Rwanda.
Wow.
At least, I've been in all East African countries.
Wow.
At least, when he talks about business. Now, you can't... Where does the Ugandan youth position himself or herself? This is the point I always bring. I don't like thinking the mass.
People are saying.
I don't want to think Ugandan youth. I want to think Isaac.
Yeah, as an individual.
Ask yourself, you watching, you outside there, where do you position yourself? If we all collectively think like that, we become the stronger mass. Are you getting together? So, first of all, it is true. They say Kenyans are very aggressive. They are. They're just like my friends the Nigerians. They will get whatsoever they want at whatever cost. You see that? They say something funny that in Nigeria, even if you want a fresh, warm eye over someone, you'll get it. They'll give it to you. Because they always give you what you want. So where does the Ugandan youth position themselves? First, think yourself. Where do you position yourself? Think yourself, where will you position yourself? Where do you belong? Because we want to do business as a group. In the East African community, we'll do business as an individual.
Sure.
So number one, if the East African community is thinking integration, think how do you integrate yourself as an individual?
How do I find myself?
How do I find myself? Of recent, I was in Nairobi. I'm trying to look at things. What can I do in Nairobi? I've seen the opportunity that I can do there. It's not about I'm going with Ugandan youth to do something there. I am going as Philmon to do something. Okay, good. 2, look at the opportunities in every country. Every country has an opportunity gauge. When you talk in Uganda, we have a lot. Our entrepreneurial ecosystem is so good. It's so free. Everyone is in the jungle there. I keep telling people something funny that, you know, the business world is like an ocean, is like a sea. And in an ocean, we have what? We have sharks.
You hear that?
Yeah? And not only do we have sharks, we also do have what? We have other small fish. So what happens is that you either eat or you're eaten. The same happens. Take this East African community as what? The ocean. It doesn't know that this shark comes from Kenya, this shark comes from Uganda. All it knows, we are in what? We're in an ocean. So what are you going to do? You're going to think, I have got to do something in this ocean. What is opportunity in Kenya? What is opportunity in Uganda? And you grab that. Something I love in Uganda, we have great tourism happening.
Sure.
Let me tell you, I can be a tourism attraction.
Yourself?
I myself.
Yeah. We are going to start making money out of you.
You too can be a tourism. Now, we have very many places.
True.
Very many places. Yesterday when you were calling me, I was in Makshan Falls. What had I gone to do? I had gone to see, what can I do in this place?
Wow.
What someone is looking at as a bush, what can I use this bush for?
Wow.
You know, let's look at the town itself. what can I get within Kampala town? I love the ladies in the people in Chikuvo. You're doing great. Wow. You are the business people of this country. Wow. As others are thinking, you know, I have to get this job. White collar, I have to dress this much. Yeah. They are broke. Let me tell you something. Those suits are broke. Those suits you're dressing, whether these days you call them slay queens and slay kings, you guys are broke. Why? You are, let me mention this statement. Most youth are living an impression. They are not living life.
They're not living reality.
They're living an impression. Oh, you know, this is what is trending. I have to dress like so.
Philmon, are you trying to say that the money is with these dirty people who have accepted to go down?
They are not dirty.
Okay, how should we term them?
Have you always heard, you know, I have a friend who was saying...
Okay, these lousily dressed guys.
Maybe you say that.
Okay.
A friend of mine says, I love white guys. I love white people. And I asked them, why do you love white people? That, you know what? White people have got money. I told them, you know what? I am also white. I have got the money. If you think the money is the white, then I've got it. So don't think that Chikubo people are what? Are broke. They are not broke. These guys are loaded. These guys are the guys who import things into the country. These are guys. Where does your money? Do you think where does your money end?
In their hands.
All money ends downtown there. So let me talk about something. Youth outside there and everyone. Don't try to live an impression. Live a real life. Some of you are driving cars that you cannot afford to sustain. True. But why are you driving those cars? Because they want to think that I also have a car. True. Impression. True. Others, you're living in houses that are beyond your capacity to stay in. Your salary is only 800,000. You're living in a house of 500,000. You're left with 300,000 to do what? To handle the whole month. Is that possible?
No.
By the time the month is ending, you're in debt because you want to impress. Your friends will see you, I live in Nalia.
In an estate.
In an estate. I've got a Mark X. Yeah? Every weekend I'm going for an outing. Useless. Are you getting the point? Live the life you can sustain. Live the life that you can handle. When they look at you, let someone that admire that I want to live like this person. Don't struggle. Most of you are struggling. Your wallets are struggling.
True.
Are you getting the point? So the opportunity is with you. And most times I tell people opportunity comes dressed in overalls. They look like work. So when opportunities come, people say, now this work again has come.
True.
Isaac, let's talk to the youth outside there and everyone.
Okay. We
can change this world. Someone one time said, if you want to change this world, change yourself. If you want to see an opportunity, be an opportunity. Are you getting the point? You can be an opportunity. When someone looks at you, say, hey, there's this young man called Isaac. This young man called Philmon. There's this young man. Do things that add value to the community. Look around, what can I do? What can I do? So that is one thing I think, when you look, before we look East Africa, look within. So when you go to East Africa, go to Kenya, do a market survey. Actually, Kenya has tourism. Kenya has trade, the next to the coastal aspect. And actually, Nairobi is doing so good in technology.
Wow.
They're really good.
Softwares, blah, blah.
Microsoft is in Nairobi with the office there. East African head office.
That's serious?
Go to the Google, and most of these gurus, IBM, where are they? In Nairobi. Why? They need guys who are creative.
True.
If you're youth, you're thinking apps. Where has your app got you? You're developing apps every day. But the most app you're using is WhatsApp.
There's an app they developed for Kawunyemu for dodging police officers when you're drunk. I wonder the purpose of the app, but they developed it. Actually, I think such brains would have been treated into something that is more productive than just getting an app to dodge the police because you want to drink and drive.
I think don't think just to dodge the police. Isaac, in everything you're doing, and everyone watching us, in everything you're doing, think business. How do I benefit when the Kawunyemu app is there?
Actually, they're not benefiting because...
Are you getting the point? So, in everything you're doing, be so creative that what you're doing has got what?
Money.
Has got benefit, has got money. I keep telling people, you're either in business, that is business where we're in real business. B-U-S-S-I. Then we have business where you're busy body.
Yes.
If you're not in those two, then you're in a big mess. So most people are busy. You're just busy.
You see, the man is busy every day, but...
You wake up every morning, I'm going for work. what shows you went for work? What are the results of your work? When you went to an organization, what have you got to do at your workplace? Of recent, I mentioned something very critical on social media, and those who follow me, is that you don't need to be an employee to your organization. I don't know whether you saw that. You don't need to be an employee to an organization. You need to be a business partner to that organization. And that organization should look at you. What value does Philmon add? What value do you add? Now, that is being a business partner, not just an employee. We no longer need employees in organization. We need business partners, value additional individuals.
Very beautiful. I would like to say that thank you so much. You've gotten it from the man himself, and that is Philmon. He has given you an inspiration that should change your life. Wherever you're seated, that should change your life. Actually, feel free. We are going to be having this on YouTube. You will follow it on the Daybreaker page, and you've been positioned to re-listen to his word and re-pick up from what he has spoken. We are going to be going into a short commercial break, and when we return, he'll be continuing to inspire you. A very good morning. Welcome back from that short commercial break, and we're glad that you're still watching the Daybreaker show. Today we opted to do something much different from every other thing that we've been doing in any other day. We decided to say, tired of politics every time. Politics. His eye was pricked, and his eye was put on tear gas. This one swallowed the pink of our gas, over they put water, what? All that we said, no. This time, it's about us. Museveni and Besigye will not be there tomorrow. Otunu and Mao will be long gone. The nation will remain our nation, and it's about your life. Before even you think about changing the government, think about changing your life. Because if not day we change the government and bring in either Otunu as president or bring Betty Kamya as president, at the end of the day, it will still get back to you, because Betty Kamya will not come and carry food onto your table. Government will change, a few things will change, but you remain being the father of your family. It does not change with you becoming maybe an assistant of maybe Besigye to lead your family. It gets back to you. What will you have inculcated into your family? What will you have built within yourself in order to sustain the future of your family? We are still joined by the gentleman himself by the names of Okwong Philmon, a motivational speaker, an inspiration to very many youth, a man who has moved very many countries, changing lives, and an analyst. Actually, I forgot to tell you about that. He's someone who sits and analyzes. He also loves politics, but he doesn't make it his life. He believes life is bigger than just being a political something. I'd like to say, Philmon, welcome back. Talk to your people.
Wow. You mentioned something that he loves politics.
Yes.
You know, politics has never added value to me. So, actually, really,
You did your part, and
let's leave it to that statement. He loves politics.
Wow, beautiful.
All right.
You've heard from him himself. He loves politics. But in his real life, he has felt the other better things than just merely politics. Now, to get back to the Philmon, who is Philmon?
Who is Philmon?
Yes, I want us to dissect from you, because actually sharing with you today has inspired very many people out there.
Sure.
And even me, myself, I think I have known you for quite years.
Yeah.
And today, listening to the miles you've walked and being following you in different platforms here and there, inspiring different people, it has given me always that mind of, I want to have a day whereby I can ask him again that, Philmon, are you the Philmon I knew? Or you are the new Philmon? So today, all of us together with the viewers are asking, who is Philmon?
First of all, is that the Philmon I knew, or the Philmon, I'm knowing today? Actually, I keep telling myself, I am the Philmon I want to be.
Wow, beautiful.
I am the Philmon I'm working towards being. I am not the Philmon I'm not stagnant right now.
You're moving.
I am moving. There's still the better me still ahead. Wow. The better me still ahead. So who is Philmon? I always describe myself with my life purpose and my life vision.
Okay.
And one of my purpose in life, in everything that I want to do, at the end of it all, I want to give your life a meaning. Wow. That is Philmon. Philmon is there to give your life a meaning. Now, by saying, oh, they're talking about him being a motivational speaker, being a business coach, being an analyst. That is what I do. There's a difference between what you do and who you are. You can say, who is Isaac? Isaac is a journalist. No, journalism is what you do. It's not who you are. So you must differentiate who you are and what you do. Who you are is your main reason for living on earth.
Okay.
What you do is it is the channel that helps you fulfill your purpose for living.
Okay.
So you can't say, who is Museveni? Museveni is the president of the Republic of Uganda. That is what he does. That man has a vision. So Philmon is someone, an individual, a gentleman, determined and purposed to see your life, you watching, change. I want to give your life a meaning. Giving yourself, when I give your life a meaning, you become the best of who you are. So that is Philmon. Now, what I do is what he expected to hear.
Yes.
Now, what I do business and leadership coaching. I'm also a motivational speaker. Through that is what I become who I am. So that is Philmon. I do that for organizations. I do that for businesses. By the way, Philmon is also an author.
Oh.
Philmon is also an author. I also write books. That's some of the things I do to change a life. I'm an author, changing life. I speak to organizations. When I find an organization, I want to bring life to your employees. I want to see your financials increase through your employees. That is all that I do, giving a meaning to that individual and giving a meaning to that organization.
There's one beautiful thing I've loved. At the beginning of our interaction, you said, I can be a tourist attraction myself.
True.
And through just the audio you've narrated about yourself, at first I laughed when you said, I am a tourist attraction myself. But right now, I am really attesting to it through what you've given, through what you've said about you, who you are, and what you do. I think you are really a tourist attraction and an inspiration to any person, whether he comes from Brazil, if he meets you. Actually, you can be in position to really tell him the details about who you are. So to the youth out there, you can be a tourist attraction yourself. Now, is Philmon a married man? Is Philmon a single man? Is Philmon a searching man? Someone out there could be watching and asking, well, this Philmon guy, he talks a lot of those things. Does he even have a family? How old is he? Is he just 13 or 14? How can a young man come and say, do you have a family?
A young man is not a boy. Is he a young man? I'm a young man, but I'm not a boy. Yeah, so I'm a married man.
How do you differentiate it?
Not everyone saying with a woman is a man. So some are boys. You get that? So, but I'm a man. I'm married. I'm married to a very beautiful wife. Oh, she's called Joy. Joy Okwong. Very beautiful. Wow. Not only beautiful in the looks, but she's so beautiful in mind.
Because they say it's only slay queens that are beautiful in the looks, but the brain.
Yeah, you see every time they keep saying behind every successful man, there's what?
There's a woman.
Yeah, but we are working besides. She's doing a great work.
There's nothing like saying behind every you're working besides each other. Wow, that is so much awesome. So the dream of authoring books, when did you start having this dream?
Authoring books. I think I started authoring books when I was joining the university.
Okay. Is
when I authored my first book. The story so happened that when I was, in my senior six vacation those days, I was inquisitive. This young man who wants something, a young man who wants a job, who wants money. I wanted to see that I do something in a community. So what happened is, I said, let me go look for a job. I went to some organization, not mentioned, but I went to some organization, and in this organization here, they told us, wow, come, I had some computer skills. They told me, come,
we want you.
Come and do data entry. I went there, my dear. Were very many on the gate looking for a job by then. Then a gentleman pointed
at data entry
and told me, you know what, tomorrow come, I've given you the job. Because people wanted to go and carry, crates and that. I told them, I've got something to give. I've got a skill. Said, come in the morning. Even entering the gate of that organization became challenging. They said, we don't know you. You're not an employee. Then some gentleman by chance said, yeah, yesterday he came. Please allow him enter. When I entered there, they told me, you know what? Unfortunately, the job we had prepared for you
has been taken.
And it's no more. I said, wow. I said, but however, the job that we have is to carry some crates and carry some bottles. You're getting the point. So when it came to carrying some crates and some bottles, I told myself, I came to work and I will work. I was in a suit. I had to remove that suit, forget about everything, and say, I will work. And I worked. And I worked. That day, every crate that we carried was around 6 shillings. See how much, but at the end of the day, I made 3,000 shillings.
That was a good achievement for starting.
I went back to my dad. He told me, you're from work. I said, yeah.
What have you made?
These people even made us open bank accounts.
What?
To deposit 3,000 shillings. But I worked on my attitude. I said, I will not work just for money. I came to work. Let me go to work.
It's a good thing.
It's not just an attitude of money. I said, I've got to work. So from there, I went on, started doing my business. But your question is about authorship. I wrote my first book that was entitled The Mindset and the Mentality of Winners. I was just joining campus by then, year 1. The mindset and the mentality of what? Of winners. So I stayed at the university. While at the university, remember, I was very active.
True.
There's no cold politics you're talking about. I went there for
university politics.
I really went there, not really. I want to change a life, but I wanted also to make my life better.
True.
So from there, I moved on, and I saw the life at the university. And I saw that really, to be honest, the life at the university didn't add value to me. Whether you're my lecturer watching and whoever is watching, I'd like to say, I added value to myself while at the university.
Philmon, before you go any further, I want to inquire from you, because I'm seeing you're doing a lot of different things. You're an author, you're a motivational speaker, you're a life coach. What course did you do at university? Did you do PR? What did you do? Did you do PR? Did you do social work? Did you do social sciences?
Which course?
Yes.
In my first degree in Chambok University, I did computer science, ICT.
And you're a motivational speaker, and you're an author.
Now, I'm motivational speaker. Let me tell you, someone watching, don't be a prison of your course, of your career. Don't be a prison of that. It is not true, and it's not necessary that when you study law, you'll become a lawyer. It is not true. Wow. The point of it all, at the end, let me be honest with you, some of you are just looking for money. And some of you got this course. This is very painful. Some of these people got these courses not because it's their choices they wanted at the university. The cutoff points were so high that you couldn't qualify for what you wanted. So you either ended up for government scholarship, or someone said, at least, sister,
at
least you'll be at the university. So some of you just ended at the university. That's why when you come out, you start chasing the course of your life. So don't be a prison of that, a career.
Sure.
If you can be a prison of something, you're a prison of your purpose. Be locked up in your purpose for living. And that's where life begins. So I wrote that book while I was leaving the university. I wrote a very interesting book. It was entitled, The Frustrated Graduate, Educated but Not Learned.
Wow.
When I was joining the mindset and the mentality of winners, when I was leaving, the frustrated graduate, educated but not learned.
The title alone, it makes your brain ring into a lot of things.
There's a difference between being educated
and
being learned.
I had not known that one.
And most of us, we are getting education. We are not being learning people.
Okay.
Add on something on that, I hear.
I am still trying to understand the difference between being educated and being learned. I have always actually confused the two. I've been looking like the two are the same. Nani has gone to school. That guy is educated. That guy is learned. I have not been knowing the difference.
An educated man is cocooned into something that is, how can I put it? Now, simple for everyone to understand. The so-called educated of today, have you heard of any professor?
You have some professors.
Good. Have you heard of people? The only thing that they know is what they got within the four corners of what? The classroom. Ask them what, those are the people who are unemployable. Educated people, looked up are unemployable. Learned people are employable. Why? All they know, I studied computer science. I'm coming, I'll come and I can develop some apps. I'll do for you something. Let me tell you, the organization is not looking for what you learned in school. They're looking for what you can give them. And that is the learning process. I learned how to develop websites while not in class. My lecturer didn't teach me how to develop sites, even if I was in the computer science class. I learned it. I went an extra mile, added knowledge to myself. Even if you got something from the four corners of the classroom, how have you added something onto it? How have you made it, how have you made it relevant? Learned people are people with relevant knowledge. Educated people are people with pumped knowledge.
From pamphlets.
No wonder they are called pamphlets. All right.
So to someone out there, there's something I would like, he has spoken a lot, and this all information is so good for you. But to give you a few things that you must cram in your head as you're walking, we have people who are educated, but there are very few people who are learned. It's about yourself. True. Moving a mile to redefine what you can avail for your workplace, what you can avail for your society, what you can avail for people outside your circles. Because most people just have you cram. What are they saying from me? Because you want to pass the examination. Actually, it's worse for those who read in the last hour. And I think that's what has killed very many of our youth. Very many of our youth have got into this mentality of, I just want to get a guy has a first class. But when you take the guy to exactly the profession that he studied, the guy is nothing. Because you're going to ask him a question outside that. Actually, yesterday I met some guy, he did engineering, and he told me he left university without knowing how to drive a car, and yet his whole life was supposed to repair cars, but he left without knowing how to drive, even how to turn it on. But he did cram work, and he ended up graduating, moreover, with the first class. I sat back and I asked myself, what kind of citizen is this gentleman?
He has to go back and teach engineering.
Now he's going to teach you when he doesn't know how to drive.
Yeah, let me tell you, very sorry, but actually we don't have teachers today.
What do we have?
We have businessmen in the classroom. People looking for jobs in the classroom. I'm sorry. Not all of them.
I love the way you're describing these.
Not all of them.
We have businessmen. They also come there. They tell you, I'm selling this coursework. Oh, this pamphlet. It goes for 3,000 shillings. All of you must pick it from the photocopier.
Let me give an example. I so happen to study in this age. And I think the teachers watching this, I think we need to get this keen, and the parents out there. We no longer, I say I have to change your life, so allow me speak what I have to go to speak.
Yes.
Is that we don't have passionate teachers today, for example. Someone who say, I have been a teacher, so passionate with what I'm doing, to add value to this child. We no longer have such people. We have people when they completed the university, they're looking for, they did a course in education, so they're looking for jobs in schools. You don't call those teachers. These people don't have a passion to add value to a child. The same happens to engineers. You're talking of someone who's supposed to be doing mechanical, but cannot drive.
Cannot drive, okay.
So this person, there's no a relation between the passion, the inner connection to what you're doing. That's why organizations, let me tell you the truth. You heard my statement at the beginning. Don't have employees, have business partners. People who are connected to the things you are going to be doing. People have a connection to what you're doing.
Wow.
So, learned and educated people are different. Make sure you add value to that organization. Make sure you add value to that business. Make sure you add value to that school. Make sure you're a husband with value.
Yeah.
And a wife with value.
Not just a man.
Be a learned husband.
You know, a man who just comes home and he even doesn't know his duties as a man.
Okay. Very true. He has told you.
All right. He has taken us through a range of things. And I believe that each thing that he has spoken has been a great one. And he has told you about the paths he has taken right from the time when he started authoring books. We have decided to bring this more closer simply because when you look at today's world, very many people have gone astray because they've lacked someone to talk to them. In those early years, the schools that we used to have in East Africa, in Uganda, were schools that groomed and nurtured people to be great citizens.
Sure.
You could find, you go to Eastern Uganda, you find Mwiri College, yes, Wairaka College Butiki. You go to the side of Toro College, you go to the sides of Nabumale High School, Ginger College, you get to Ntare, you go to northern part, Umbachi, you go to Eastern Teso College, Ngora High. Those schools actually used to teach people. Are you getting it? They used to groom people into great brands. Today as we speak, the schools we have, people are being grilled to pass examination and 8 out. So they lack these other original life skills of people talking to them. Sometimes the teacher enters in and tells you, no, but you see, even after school, if you know things don't work out, you can do this, you can do this. So that's why we decided to say, we are giving you this time for someone to speak to you. Tell us about your latest edition of a book.
Wow. My latest edition of the book is very interesting. I wrote a book entitled, listen, How to Start Any Business Without Money. How to start any business without money. But Philmon, is that true? It is true. If you can't start any business without money, then you are not started. You're not switched on. Ask me and I know the question you want to ask. How, right?
Exactly.
That's everyone's question there. How do I start any business without money? Let me tell you, very fast. One way you can, now let's realize. Do you realize that money has never started any business? Money has never started any business. People start businesses. Add on this statement, businesses never fail. People fail businesses. No business has ever failed. I have never seen a business that has failed. I have seen people who have failed businesses. Okay. And I've seen people who have started business. So how are you going to start? Number one, before you want to start without money, what do you want to start? Think of what are you going to start? What is that one thing that you want to start before you talk about? What is the idea? Have you put down something that I'm going to start this thing? And before you start it, what is the benefit to the community? So we don't start businesses. If you read in this book what I've said, we don't start businesses, we implement ideas. Business is equals to problem solved. If you want, the only definition for business that I know, business is equals to problem solved. If you're doing something that is not adding value to a community, that is not solving any problem, it is not business. Customers are not just customers. They are people who come for a solution. So number one, how to start any business with no money? You must have an idea. Number two, if you want to start any business without money, value your networks and relationship. You can start a business without money. You don't need the money. What if the money is with someone else? What I mean, you may not have the money, but the money is with someone else whom you know. But what kind of people do you know? You know slay queens and slay kings. Some of you know money lenders. They want to help you very much. Have a valuable relationship. Have a valuable network that improves your life. I may not have the money. I have a brilliant idea. Isaac, I can sell to you my idea. But we must be like-minded. People whom we think alike. Someone who say, this business, Philmon's business, will do something. This is good. This is good.
No, not someone who says, but
will it work?
Exactly.
Will it work? You know, the other guy started and it failed. Let me I think you've heard of this. That when you move with 9 fools, then you're the 10th one. If you move with 9 fools, you're the one?
You're the 10th one.
You're the 10th fool.
So you should not
so
move with the
value your relationship. If you're with people who say business don't work, personally, you don't work.
Okay.
You don't work.
All right. So give us more tips, because we have an approximate of 2 minutes, and we'll be summarizing.
Number 3, things I talk about how you can start any business. Oh, very wonderful and beautiful. Right now, what are we talking about in Commonwealth concerning Uganda?
Gold medal.
Gold.
Uganda's again dancing.
Uganda is dancing. Yeah. What is it? Is it Cheptegei something?
Cheptegei,
the Che group, right?
Yes.
These guys are making, what is making them shine? Is it the education they got?
No.
What is making them shine? Their talent. How can you start any business? Your talent can start your business. Right now we are talking of Cristiano Ronaldo. We're talking of Lionel Messi, Mohamed Salah, and so on.
Aubameyang.
I know. Why are we talking about such people? Their skills and talent has taken them places. Make use of your skill. Make use of it. If books have failed, try your talent. They may take you somewhere.
Okay.
The last one, that is not the last in the book, but I felt I should say this lastly. And to all the youth concerning youth unemployment and everything, is that you need to volunteer.
Good.
How to start any business? You need to volunteer. People want to buy what they know. We have never bought any product that we don't know.
Sure.
If you want to be employed, the employer wants to know what are you going to deliver.
Sure.
So the point is volunteer. In the process of volunteering, you learn something. You learn a skill on how to start. In the process of volunteering, people will get to know what you can do.
Wow. That is much beautiful.
Stop looking for jobs. Look for apprenticeship opportunity. Look for volunteering opportunity, because you can start any business without money.
Within 1 minute, how can I get this book? I think I just need like 5 copies in my house. How can I get this book?
5 copies, yeah. If you want this book, we have these books in Aristoc. We have this book in Uganda Bookshop. But I've made it easy. You can just get this book online on my website. You can buy it using mobile money, Visa card, MasterCard, American, online. You can get your e-copy. All you need to go is go on my website, www.okwongphilmon.com, tourism attraction. OkwongPhilmon.com. When you go to OkwongPhilmon.com, you'll be able to purchase this book using mobile money, anything online. Get it on your gadget. Read it from your gadget.
Wow, beautiful.
Because you may not carry the hard copy, but I can get you the hard copy.
All right, I would like to say that thank you so much for today sharing with all the beautiful viewers out there. And I would like to say that you've been an inspiration to very many people. We need you here many more times to inspire the nation, because Ugandan youth need to move miles. It has been nice having all of you follow us right from the beginning of the Daybreaker show till now, this time when we are opting to say bye. From me and the entire crew in the studio, we would like to say have a lovely morning.